Hello peaches! So I'm sorry about the light in this video. It's kind of orange, but that's because it's winter now, so the sun is not here to give me some natural light. So I'm sorry about that. And I tried straightening my Rhapsody wig. It's really cool like this, and don't worry, the curls will bounce back once you wash it, so I haven't ruined it forever. But I really like it straight as well. It's still very poofy. Also, look how cute I look today with this hat on. I feel cute. Anyway, enough chit chat. Today's video is going to be a new thing that I'm going to try out, and it's going to be I'm not sure if I want to call it like a series or anything, but I have idea for some future videos that is like pros and cons about body mods. So for this video it's going to be a pros and cons about split tongues, like good things about it and bad things about having it and getting it and everything. And I also have for like tattoos in general and piercings and stretched ears, stuff like that. Just a bunch of videos explaining the good things and the bad things about having and getting different kind of body mods. And I'm just going to do it with the ones I have. I'm not going to do it with body mods that I don't have, because I want to use my own personal experience. I don't want to talk about anything I don't know. So that's basically what I'm going to do. I'm not going to upload all of them in order or like right after each other. Like I will upload this and then there will be a few other videos in between about some other random stuff, and then I'll upload another one of these pros and cons videos. I don't know, I just thought it would be cool. It's been a while since I make videos about body mods, and since I have a lot of body mods, I thought this would be a good way to kind of share my knowledge with you guys. Maybe answer some questions that you have or have had, and then make it easier for you to make a decision on whether or not you want these kind of things or not, because, I wish that there were these kind of videos before I started getting body mods. I don't regret any of the ones I have, but it would just be nice to still, be prepared to the bad things about things as well. So, I guess that's not much more to say about that, other than you can look forward to a few more of these kind of videos with different kind of body mods, if you're interested. I found a kitty. Hi, baby. Alright, so I have a split tongue, which is why I'm making this video. There it is. It's cool. I've made 2 videos about my split tongue before. I've talked about it a little bit in other videos, but I made 2 videos only about my split tongue. I made a 7-day diary of when I got it, and filmed the 7 days after, I think, like about a week after, of how it was healing every day, and just vlogging my entire experience. I will leave that in the description down below, and then I uploaded a 4.5-month update, which I'll also link in the description down below. And the 4-month update is also an FAQ, like a frequently asked questions. So if you have any questions that I'm not talking about in this video, you can watch that and then you can ask me questions, because I get a lot of the same kind of questions, which is why I made the FAQ video. And also a lot of people have asked me to do another update, because it's been, I think, like 3 years since I got it now. Almost 4 years, I think. And people ask me to do another update, but honestly, there's nothing that has changed basically ever since my 4-month update. It's basically the same. Like, I don't even notice it's there. Sometimes I forget I have it. So, I don't want to make an entire update video because it will be like 10 seconds long. Just me saying it's basically the same. It feels normal and I love it. Here, there's your update, I guess. So I wrote down a list on my phone with like pros and cons about having split tongues and getting them and everything like that. So let's just start with the good things about it. The first good thing is that it looks cool, obviously. I think it looks really, really cool. It looks kind of sexy. Some people think it looks really sexy. I think it can look sexy to some people. Some people it just looks cool. So yeah, that's obviously a plus. That's one of the main reasons why people do it, is because it looks pretty good. Another good thing about it is that you can do fun tricks with it, which is just a lot of fun. It's, it doesn't do anything, it's just fun to look at, I can share a few of my tricks that I know. There's probably more out there that you can do. I haven't really been doing it that much lately, like getting into it and learning new tricks. So I can only do like a couple tricks, but they're still pretty fun. There's the classic, just rubbing them together like that. I hope you can see it. And then there's the clapping. and then the rubbing while in clap mode, I guess you can say. And then there's a split. And then there's the advanced split, as I like to call it. And that's basically it, what I can do. There's many more out there, so you can go ahead and train on them. It's just, I guess, a fun party trick. Like, a lot of people think it's fun to ask me to do tricks with it, and I like to do them just to freak people out who doesn't know I have a split tongue. My favorite one to do to people who don't know I have it is this one. Because people are just like, wait, what? What did you just do with your tongue? So that's definitely one of the funniest things about having this, is the cool tricks that you can make. And then it just feels fun, you know? It feels fun in your mouth, and the way you move it in your mouth is like, it's fun. And you know, you can cross it like this. I guess that's also kind of a trick. But it feels fun in your mouth, you know? I often do like this. Where I just stick one of them out and the other one in. I don't know, it just feels fun. So that's also a thing. It just feels fun to just move it around in your mouth. The next good thing is kind of naughty. It makes kissing and oral sex a lot better. I have never kissed a person before getting my split tongue, and I never had any sort of sex or oral sex before I got my split tongue. So for me, I cannot compare it to how it is to have a split tongue and kissing anyone. But I've had 4 partners in total. One of them is my current husband, and then 3 of them are my ex-boyfriends. All of them have tried kissing a normal person with a normal tongue, and all of them obviously tried kissing me and have receiving oral sex from me when I have my split tongue. All of them say that it feels better, it feels funnier, it feels weird, but in a good way. Especially kissing is like, because oral sex on guys is like, it doesn't do much if you have a split tongue, but it still does a little bit depending on how you do it, you know? I haven't tried giving a woman oral sex with my tongue and getting feedback, so I don't know about that, but I can imagine that it will be wonderful. So, but kissing especially, they say it's like one of the funniest and weirdest but best experiences they've had, like kissing wise, because it feels so different. All of them have said how much they love my tongue and how much they love the sensation of really like making out with someone who has a tongue like this. So that's also a huge plus. It makes your sex life and kissing a lot better. So that was the basic good things. I'm sure there's more good things to different people. These is just like the main things that I could think of that is like in general for everyone who wants to get a split tongue. Like, these are good things for everyone who has a split tongue, I guess, if that makes sense. So now let's get on to the bad things about it. So the number one bad thing is that it hurts for several days after you get it done. And also, depending on how you get it done, it can hurt while you get it done. I got numbed. I was so lucky that they numbed my tongue, but the numbing hurt like a bitch. Like, it was like a needle in my tongue 4 times. That hurt a lot. But them cutting it and stitching it, luckily I could not feel that. So that didn't hurt in itself, only the numbing. But it's very different from where you get it, because some people don't get numbed. They just cut it open. And that obviously hurts a lot. I can only imagine, like, ooh, I cannot do that. So that must hurt a lot to get it. But no matter how you get it done, it will still hurt days after. Once the numbing goes away, if you have numbing, it will start to hurt, obviously. Because it is a very big wound in your tongue, obviously. But, you know, stitched on like that, you know? So it didn't grow back together. I'm not sure, it's not really, like, some places don't stitch it up, which is weird because there's a big chance it will grow back together, but I don't know. A lot of places do stitch them up so it doesn't grow back together. So, you know, you walk around with stitches in your mouth for 5 days. I had to have them in for 5 days, and then I had to get them taken out. And that in itself can hurt a little bit to get them taken out. It does pinch a little bit. But once you get them out, it's such a relieving feeling. But, you know, for those 5 days up until you get the stitches out, it hurts. You have a lot of trouble eating and drinking. When I ate, I had to take a teeny tiny piece of food and push it all the way back in my throat almost and just swallow it like that. Even just eating soup was really, really painful and difficult. And so that's definitely something to keep in mind. Like, if you're not the kind of person who can deal with that kind of pain for a few days, it's not for a long time. Like, after 5 days, it's already beginning to heal that much that you can eat normally. It doesn't really hurt that much and everything. But if you're that kind of person who gets, like, who just cannot handle pain for that amount of time, this probably isn't for you. Personally, I can deal with it, you know. I'm a woman, I'm used to dealing with pain for a week every single month. I get very, like, I know TMI, but I get very, very painful period cramps. So, you know, and they usually last for about 5 days. So the fact that I just had to take the pain from down here up to here wasn't a big deal. So I could easily deal with it. I think most women will be able to do it because, as I said, we are used to pain about 5 days in a row, depending on how bad it is, obviously. But so yeah, it wasn't a big deal to me to have that kind of pain for 5 days, because it's like, I've been through worse, honestly. I think my period cramps hurt more than my tongue hurt. It was just more unpractical. Obviously it did hurt because it was an open wound, but the worst part about it was how unpractical it was. Like, I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep laying down, I had to sit up because my tongue was so swollen that if I laid down, it would choke me. So yeah, that's the thing. Depending on how good you are with pain, I mean, as I said, I think most women will be able to go through it. I'm not sure about men because you're not used to the pain that much as women are. Women are more used to more pain, but I don't know. It depends on the person and their pain tolerance. But that's definitely something you have to keep in mind before getting it, because it's hell for those 5 days. Another, I guess you could call it, bad thing about it is that it is permanent. You know, it depends on how you see it. In some ways it's good because I want to keep this forever and ever. I love it so much. I'm so happy it's permanent. But you can also see it like that. Like, if you change your mind, there's no going back. Like, you can sew it back together, but that will ruin the muscles in your tongue, so you won't be able to use it and talk and eat and everything. So yeah, it's permanent. So this is only for the people who are like, I want this for the rest of my life. It's not like tattoos where, you know, they are permanent, but you can actually get them lasered even though it's expensive and everything. Like with the tongue, there's literally nothing you can do after you get it split. So that's great. I think it's a good thing, as I said, because I do want to keep it forever. But if you're the kind of person who changed your mind about these kind of things, then it's not for you, because it is 100,000% permanent. And then the last thing that's bad about it, it's kind of silly, doesn't really matter, but maybe it matters to some people, so I thought I would mention it anyway, is that there are some things that you cannot do. There are some people who say that they cannot whistle after they get it done. I have never been able to whistle in my life, so even before I got it done, I couldn't whistle. So obviously I still can't do it. I can do it a little bit if I really, really focus. Yeah, it's bad. But I heard some people saying that it made it harder for them to whistle after they got a split. So that's something to keep in mind. Also, there's one thing that I was able to do before getting it split, which is something most people can do because you do it when, like, babies do it, you know. But I cannot do it now, which is mouth fart. I can only do it if I stick my tongue like very, very far out, like this. And that just hurts because I have to stretch my tongue so much. But I cannot do it like normally, like just like this. I can't. And I think it's the gap in between where then the air goes through that instead of making the fart noise. I don't know how it works, but... And I know it's super silly, and to me it obviously doesn't matter. Like, I can live my life without farting with my mouth. But it's one of those things, keep it in mind. Because, you know, maybe you're the kind of person who makes mouth farts for a living, and you know that it would be bad if you couldn't do your job, if you get your tongue split. But you know, I don't know, I just thought I should throw it in there, just so you know that. There's probably more things, but it's it's not bigger things. Like, I can talk. People have said I do lisp a little bit, like in my tongue split videos, like the haters have been like, you're lisping so much. But I did that before. I'm not sure if it's because I feel like a lot of Danish people lisp a little bit when they speak English. I'm not sure if we have more kind of sounds in our language. So maybe it's just my accent that does it. Maybe I just do it just in general. But I always had this lisp, especially when speaking English, but also just in general. I do have a little bit of a lisp, and I always had that before I got my tongue split. So yeah, so that has nothing to do with my tongue split. Obviously in the first like month you will lisp a lot after getting it done. Obviously it will be harder to talk, but after a month or two you will talk just like you used to do. It's like it doesn't change because you get used to it, and your body kind of, I don't remember that word. Your body adjusts to it. That's what I want to say. And no, it doesn't like kill off like your taste. Like it's not going to hurt your taste at all. It's like physically impossible that it will kill your taste buds and, you know, hurt it so you can never taste again. So that's not a problem. It's only like smaller things. Like you cannot mouth fart. It's going to be a little bit harder for you to whistle maybe. Like those kind of things. And there's probably more of those kind of smaller, stupid, doesn't really matter kind of things that you won't be able to do after getting it done. But yeah, it's nothing. So yeah, I guess that was actually the video. That was all my pros and cons about having a split tongue and getting it done and everything like that. And I hope it helped you maybe making a decision on whether or not you should do it. I wish someone had made this video before I got it done. I would still get it done, but it will just give me more time to like mentally prepare myself, I guess, and to kind of be prepared of how it was going to be. But yeah, now I made it for you guys, so maybe it helped some of you guys. If you have any questions about my split tongue that I haven't answered in this video or in my FAQ video that I will link in the description down below, then you can ask me in the comments down below. I would really prefer it if you would watch the 4-month update / FAQ video before asking questions, because as I said, I get a lot of the same questions all the time, and that's why I made that video. So please check that out before asking any questions in this video about my tongue, because that will make me so happy. It will make my life so much easier. But there may be some questions that I haven't answered in my FAQ video that you want to know, and then you are more than welcome to ask me in the comments down below, and I'll answer you as best as I can. Press the like button if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel as well, and thank you for watching.